Did you get a notice from the IRS or your state taxing agency saying that you had tax penalties for 2020? What was that about? Let's find out in this video. Hello, friends. I am Alison Eddings. I'm a CPA in private tax practice. Welcome to my channel. So, this is really exciting. I am so loving getting these videos out to you guys. I feel like it's empowering for you. And that's really, I started my practice in 2004. And that's kind of what, that's what really pushed me, is to empower particularly small business owners, because I was working for a firm that considered small business owners to be, 5 million and above. And I was turning away people that were smaller than that. But these are the people that needed me. And so my practice that I opened in 2004 was really to help small business owners and, the little guy that needed help, but there's only one me. And I have definitely found during pandemic, it's hard to find help. People just, I don't know what the deal is, but so there's less of me, but there's more of you guys who need this. So this YouTube channel has been great, and I am just so enjoying sharing with you how to just take control, how to take just, not ownership because it's already yours. How to take back ownership of some things that are yours. I don't even know how to say it, but I'm just so tickled to be able to share with you today how to make sure you don't have an underpayment penalty for 2021. So, and it's super exciting too, because I'm learning how to make these videos better. And so I have in my mind that I'm going to put this, and that there, but hopefully I will have figured out how to show you, with a screen grab, how to pay your estimated taxes on the IRS website. So let's see if I can get that done. So, did you know your taxes are due December 31st of the tax year? So this is 2021. By 12/31/2021, IRS expects you to have your taxes paid. So what's this April 15th thing about? Oh, that's just to file the forms to reconcile it. Make sure you got the number right. Wait, what? So you mean if you didn't pay enough in by the end of the year, you can get a penalty even if you paid by April 15th? Yeah, federal and state. Now, during COVID times, IRS made some temporary changes to that and said, okay, well, if you paid it by, I think for 2019, it was if you paid it by July 15th. But then some of the states didn't follow suit. It's so messy because people are just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks. And that's brick. Nothing's going to stick. But typically in most years, and a really great way to make sure you are covered is to meet one of these two criterion. Either you can estimate 98% of your current year tax liability and have that paid by December 31st. Now, yeah, I know the estimated tax for the, last quarter is January 15th. We're not going to even go there. I'm not even going to go there because I'm trying to make it simple. And 2 weeks really shouldn't break you. Not for penalties. If it really is going to break you, take the penalty. But we're just going to say end of the year, because you know what, the quarterly estimated tax payment schedule, it doesn't make logical sense. Go figure, IRS. But they are working to try and get that fixed, where it's 15 days after the end of the quarter, which is what January 15th is. But you can have 98% of your current year tax liability. Well, what's that, man? Well, for a W-2 employee, that's all they've got. Let's say you're single and you've just got that one job and you've had it all year long. It's pretty easy to hit that target. But you add in, okay, well, I'm married and there's a big difference between husband and wife salary. You might miss the target. Okay, well, we both make about the same amount, so we should be withheld pretty well, but we have 2 kids in daycare. Okay, you're not going to hit that target. You're not going to be able to estimate really easily like you would if it was just one W-2. And what about if you're self-employed? What? what? Okay, I'm not even sure most of my self-employed clients right now have a real tight set of books. So if I were to go to them and say, what's our projection for through the end of December? They'd go, maybe 20% more than last year. That's kind of the answers I get. And so if you're a self-employed client of mine, I expect that. Sometimes you guys freak out and you go, I don't have an exact number. I get that a lot. So like, you're not alone. It's hard. It's hard to estimate that. So for those of us who have a hard time estimating, and I'll even say that includes me right now, I'm not really sure what my 2021 is going to look like because there's some decisions I have to make. I'm going to be doing tax planning for my clients over the next 3 months, and that includes my tax minimization strategy as well. So I don't even know because I haven't implemented my strategies yet. I got to decide. So don't even know. But for those of us who aren't quite sure, we can make sure to avoid penalties by having 100% of the previous year's tax liability on deposit. What is the previous year's tax liability? Well, for 2021, we go back and we look at the 2020 tax return. And it doesn't mean the balance due. I covered that a little bit in the last video, assuming that I might change the order they go out in, but assuming I did do a little bit about that in the one about definitions matter, if you want to see more about that. But the balance due and the total tax often are two different numbers. The total tax number for 2020 on that 1040 ES, which does not mean the 1040 SR, which does not mean, but for the most part, you guys are on the 1040 I said 1040 ES. That's the form that you use to pay the estimated taxes on the 1040. I just saw a scary thing flutter back there. Better not be a lizard or a spider. But the total tax is on line, 24 of the 1040. Now, if you want to look at the SR, I didn't double check that one before I started shooting this video. But if you want to look at the 1040 SR, just look for the line that says total tax. You want to make sure you have that on deposit. But you get credit for everything on your W-2, everything withheld from your Social Security, or if you have retirement distributions, all of that. So let's say the line 24 of your 1040 says $5,000, but you look at your year-to-date pay stub and it says you've got $3,500 withheld. It usually says FIT or federal or Fed. So that means that's what you've got to get between now and the end of the year. So I'm going to cover that in another video, how to project out and how to take your pay stub for the year, your most recent pay stub, and project out through the rest of the year and make sure you're on target. But for right now, I just want you to understand that to avoid underpayment penalties, you have to pay 98% of the current year liability or 100% of the previous year. Now, the reason why there's that or is that this might have been a bad year. You might not have been working. You might have been on maternity leave. You might have, I like to use benign things like that. Appendicitis. Not like, there's a lot of reasons to be out right now. And not all of them are benign reasons. But we'll keep it lighthearted. Your income is lower. That's where we use the 98%. And maybe you need to forecast out a little bit tighter. Or just let it ride and go, okay, there might be penalties, but I'm going to ask for first-time penalty abatement when I get that penalty because I was out of work for 6 months. But if things are pretty consistently from year to year, okay, and you have cash flow-wise, you can make sure that you have 100% of the prior year number, use that number. So hopefully this was informative, helpful, encouraging, maybe. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, if so, because the more subscribers I have, the more YouTube pushes this content out to other people. And the more people know, it can only be good. It can only be good to be empowered, right? So I would love to do that for even more. So share, subscribe, like, I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.